Don't get easy, alert.
On first down, Swift. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go, get tight. Hey, Foxtrot. Hey, easy. 21. Watch the twist. Mike,
from the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Omaha, ready to move.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Well, he's going to take a shot. And got his man complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Let's bring it on.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. So the big play just outside the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, alert 3.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
54's Mike. Hey, Alpha. 54. Watch 54. Hey, get.
Back to throw. Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Rosas good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, Let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Hey. I'm coming after you. Reroll. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
59.
Hey, high 7.
I'm here all day.
Alert.
Shit.
White.
Switch.
From the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, I've got the exact play to dial up?
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yeah,
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Slam. Big Ed.
80 weapons.
40.
Now Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Jones on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick by Rosas is good. Remember with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away.
The Lions take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Lucky. Sponge.
Throwing again. Stafford. This into the hands of Marvin Hall. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards. On first down, Swift, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Protein spill.
A first down carry for Barkley. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And it's caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jamie Collins able to record his 5th sack of the season. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, Stafford here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. This will be caught by Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He finds a rookie from Iowa, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Easy. Smooth. Push him back.
To the air again, Stafford. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike 20, Mike alert! Here we go. Hey, seam 6.
Stafford looks to throw again. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Hey, exit.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Let's go.
Again, it's Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Crunch time, defense.
22! Hey, Charlie! Hey, easy!
March back forward.
In your face.
Throwing again is Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But now it's third and goal. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
19-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here we go!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Everyone's got 4.
On second down, here's Barkley. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Tough first half for him, unable. A guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready,
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I got 87. That's me, boy.
touchdown!
Jones now operating from the gun. He's got his man. This is Tate. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Giants first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Jones now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Who that?
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hey, Orbit.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Yep.
24 is the mic. Come on, D. 24 is the mic. Hey, watch the screen.
Ready?
From the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And now this pass brought in by Brown. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
18. That's good.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Ready? Ready? Check. You ready? Come on!
To throw again. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Come on. We better than that.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey, Echo. Hey.
Watch the run.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, 78 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming.
Now.
Jones, off play action. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush?
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Tackle made by the third-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Look at me, zipper! Shoot!
From the 25 on second down, Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Jones on first and 10. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Mike's 40. Watch the run.
Go! Ready?
From the gun on third down, Jones. He may try and run for this. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Jones. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Deshaun Hand. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
X3, 218, chop.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Wahoo!
40's Mike. How you getting ahead? How you getting ahead?
Hey, go, Mike 40, Mike 40. Cut.
Go!
Jones now to throw on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton in the final minute. And the Giants have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stafford. Man open left side is Brown. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
32.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, Mike 20. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, Haywood.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
That's another.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 30.
Hey, box truck.
Now it's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost caught.
Play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Mike 20. Watch the screen.
Back to throw. Jones has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Let it well, and it's picked. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
The toss out to Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, 20, 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Giants, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.